I don't want to lose you. So I take it back. And it ruined our night, which I'm sorry for doing that.
You know, it's very hard to know whenever this guy is telling the truth because most of the things that comes out of his mouth is nothing but a simple lie.
I'm still really hurt that Julio brought up the idea of living separately in the Netherlands.
Because look at it this way. Look at it this way. This guy said last episode he doesn't know if he wants to be with her anymore. Now he's like, hold a minute, I'm taking it back. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised that Kirsten now has doubts, because why wouldn't you have doubts with someone that isn't 100% honest?
Now Julio tells me he wants to live together, but a part of me doesn't believe it.
And trust me when I tell you, that part of her that doesn't believe is purely because some of his family members keep saying that he's a liar, and some of them keep saying, oh, we didn't know, but he didn't tell us anything. So for someone that is a liar and someone that doesn't always tell people everything, how do you ever know if he's ever been genuine with you? You know what I'm saying?
Because things feel very weird right now, because the way that he's acting, the way that he says something, I feel like there's more distance between us in the relationship.
100%, 100 and 1,000%, because at the end of the day, when it comes to Julio, you just never know what the hell is going on. This guy is legit, 1 minute he's saying this, 1 minute he's saying that. But the matter of the fact is though, when he was spending time with Kirsten the first time in the Netherlands, okay, he was there, I want to be here, I want to be with you, I want to move here, everything. But when he was back home, he wasn't telling anyone the truth apart from his one friend. And then when it came to telling everyone the truth, he was telling them in little drips and drabs, but initially didn't tell everyone the full truth until Kirsten actually arrived. I mean, honestly, the amount of insecurity, the amount of red flags that was screaming in my ear that moment in time would be mad. To be honest with you, I feel like Kirsten's been way too friendly with this guy. She needs to really, you know, confront him properly, let him know the deal. Like, yo, tell me what's going on here, bro. Well, without saying bro, of course. But tell me what's going on, okay? You know what I mean? I just feel like she's been way too cordial, way too friendly. But then again, though, if that's her character, then that's her character. I respect it, is what I'm saying. But someone like him, he needs to be put in his place. And I'm not saying by being aggressive and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying a projection in her voice and a projection of her emotion should be activated. There's a difference in projecting your emotion, because of course that would project your voice compared to, you know, obviously just shouting and screaming like a crazy person. Obviously, I feel like she's obviously got a lot of emotion that she needs to let out, and she needs to project that emotion. Because goddamn, this guy is taking you for a fool. And clearly, he's doing it because he got away with this madness for God knows how many years. But hey, man, listen, I know you guys are still here for a reason. You're still here because I got you hooked in. So therefore, you want to like the video. And also, you want to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, let's continue.
I've always wanted to move out of the States and live in another country. You know, I feel like this is not going to be my forever home.
So why is it so easy for people to say one thing and for you to legit like start to change your mind then? Make that make sense.
But having Kirsten here, knowing that the move is so soon and having everyone's reaction here is making me feel unsure about my decision.
So basically you're now saying that you no longer have feelings for Kirsten? What's going on here? Having Kirsten here is now making me unsure. And why does everyone's input matter? That's what I want to know. Kirsten's here. If you love her, you should be like, boom, I'm going no matter what.
I love her, but we're moving kind of fast, and ever since she got here, things just have not been, you know.
Nah. You see what's happened, right? Yeah, we're moving fast. No. Listen, I'm not gonna say they're not moving fast, but the big issue is that she's got here. He's told the family about her. He's told the friend, and the reaction he's getting is mixed, and it's like the opposite to his emotions. So it's like now I'm second guessing myself because everybody else is saying the complete opposite, and nobody's actually being on Team Julio. If everyone was on Team Julio, then I would have moved. But this is the thing, though. If you want to be a Kirsten and you do love her, then that means she is your team, and you will stick to the plan. Okay? You said that you was going to move there. You said you was going to be with her. Okay? You promised that, if anything, right? So why are you out here now breaking promises, backtracking for? I mean, honestly, like, I will never understand people who tolerate such nonsense. If I'm with someone and they're now going back and forth on their word and they're flicking around and, you know, bouncing off the walls, their ideas, but nah, I'm done. Like, if you're not giving me the security of what you was giving me before and you're now backtracking, all right, no worries. Do your thing, innit? I'm off. I'll go do something else in my life. You know what I mean? You just carry on dilly-dallying. I ain't got time for that. This guy, man, this guy. And you know what though? This was just a warm up to what's to come. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot to think about, but I have some concerns, and I have to really start thinking about this and what my next steps moving forward are.
Well, I mean, that's very easy. Your next step moving forward should be honest with everyone. That should be your next step. Be honest with Kirsten and be honest with everyone with what you actually want to do. I do not believe for 1 second that he does not know what he wants to do. I know he knows what he wants to do. Come on now, don't mess about with me.
So you can't see yourself living here at all?
What do you mean?
I kind of like the idea that like maybe you could come here for like a couple of months.
This guy's bugging. Hold on a minute, guys. Guess what? I do want to move abroad. I've always wanted to move abroad. I've never really saw myself living here. And I do love Kirsten. But you know what though? Like, so do you not see yourself moving here at all? How is anything he's saying making sense to himself? That's what I want to know. How does this make sense to you, bro? Like, what's going on here? Dude, you need to go see someone, man. I worry about your brain cells. Your logic is mad.
No,
Why not?
I don't want to live here.
I mean, I can give you one reason. One reason is, well, there was a flipping bullet hole in your mum's house. That'd be more than enough for me to want to go back to Netherlands. Come on now.
Where all of a sudden this comes from?
I'm just talking about you coming out here for more than a month or so, you know, to actually spend time with my family and hang out with everybody.
That sounds like a lie to me. It's more like you want to come down here and you're hoping that you change your mind. But I want to know why though. It's so hard making sense out of this guy, to be honest with you. Like, how do you make sense out of someone that lacks flipping not just logic? It's not even common sense. He just lacks logic. His logic is completely off. I don't know. I just want you to come down here, you know, and just spend time with my family and stuff. Again, you're telling another lie. Why don't you say, hey, why don't you come here for a couple months, because you never know, you might like it and you might change your mind. Why not say that instead? You saying about spending time with your family, that's a lie. You're using your family as a pawn in the game. Like, you're using them as an excuse. Don't stop lying. Be honest. If you was honest for right now, then maybe she would respect what you're saying and maybe she would be in a better position to consider what you're saying. But you saying, oh, you know, spend time with my family and whatnot, she knows you're lying. I know you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying. You're just using that. Just say you want her to come and spend some time in the US because you think that it'd be a good experience for both of you to have both experiences on both sides, and therefore, you know, you might want to stay here instead. Okay? Maybe we'll stay here for a couple of years before we go back to Netherlands, and then maybe when we're ready to have kids, we can go to Netherlands and have them there rather than have them here. Something along those lines, something that is just authentic and truthful. Not none of this BS. My family, my family, blah, 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 blah. Goodness gracious me, man. God damn.
Giving up a lot, my food, my family, my culture, my friends. Maybe there's a world where we can spend time in both places.
Do you know what though? There is a world that you can do that. Do you know where that world was? That world was when you first connected with Kirsten, you started speaking to her, and you know, you went over there, you spent time with her, and you realized that you wanted to be with her and you liked her. You see, somewhere down that line there, or those very early stages, is where you could have said, listen, do you know what? Like, I like the fact that I met you, really enjoy everything that we got going on here, but I don't know if I'm ready to leave my leave my homeland, leave my family just like that. Is there any, you know, can we just have a compromise where, you know, either we can spend, you know, we can spend a few months in the US or a couple of years in the US, and then there's times we spend a few months or a couple of years in the Netherlands until we're finally in a position where we can, until we're in a position where we are ready to actually settle down, we're having kids, then we can then make, you know, I guess the Netherlands, the home base or whatever. Just I'm saying, all I'm saying is that the conversation could have been had a long time ago. If he had at least told her this at the very beginning, that, hey, I would like the best of both worlds, different conversation here. We wouldn't be here. He probably wouldn't even be in the show, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's in a situation where he's like, okay, I've agreed to live with you. I've agreed to do all these things. But now I actually want to go back on every single thing that I said. In fact, I want to compromise everything as if it's okay. And I'm not saying it's not okay, but I'd say this now. If you are in a position where you change your mind somewhere down the line, which is fine, you've got to be 100% honest about why you're doing it. You can't be chatting absolute BS. Everyone is entitled to changing their mind. Everyone is entitled to contradicting themselves. There's nothing wrong with that, but you've got to be honest about it. Honest about it. And if she wants to believe what you're saying, fair enough. If she doesn't want to believe your honesty, well, then you know she's not the one for you. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong about him changing his mind. It's just his whole approach is completely bonkers. It's just filled with nonsense. And why is someone going to want to change their plans for you if you can't even be fully honest with them? Why would she want to now live in the States, given the fact that you're trying to manipulate her to go back to the States, rather than be real with her about why you want to be in the States? Be real, grow up. Like, yo, who raised you? God damn. Definitely couldn't have been your mother, man. It must have been some other fool. Oh, your mom seems lovely, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
It's hard because I already committed to it, and I feel like the train has left the station, and I'm just going. I feel like
It's funny though. He's like, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. The maddest thing about it being hard is that he's taking no kind of accountability that the reason why it's hard is because he's not a truthful person. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, 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 hard. It wouldn't be hard if you were just 100 the whole time. Be 100 and nothing can be hard. It's that simple. That's how I live life. As long as I'm 100% honest with people and whatnot, even if the hard times come, it was never hard because at least I was honest about it. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a difference with things being hard because you build it on lies and not being truthful and hiding and having secrets compared to things being hard based on the fact that you've been truthful the whole time. Let that sink in. Come on now, man. Don't mess about with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.